Hi everyone, this is Lorraine. So today I am 20 weeks and 2 days pregnant. I am officially halfway done with my pregnancy, which is completely crazy. But halfway is only halfway. I still have quite a ways to go. I don't feel like I have that much to report this week. Everything has been pretty good. I have acid reflux every night. So I get it in my throat and it just feels completely disgusting, like I need to vomit. And I get that every night now. I thought maybe it was just a little phase, but I feel like it's gonna last probably the rest of my pregnancy. Started off by taking 1 or 2 Tums every night, but then I finally broke down and bought Zantac. I'm trying not to take it, but I know I'm gonna need to take it anyway, so I take it as soon as I start to feel the acid build up in my throat at nighttime. So I got Zantac 75. They do also have Zantac 150, but with my last pregnancy, Zantac 75 stopped working at some point, and I had to upgrade to 150. So I never want to go like high level again. I need to start low and then work my way up, because if I've started acid reflux this early on, hopefully both of the different medicines don't lose their effect, since I will probably need to use them every single night. Other than that, I feel really, really good. I can't complain. I feel, yeah, I just feel good. I feel really good. I feel a little bit drained every day. And that's just because I'm pregnant and I have a toddler to chase after, and I feel like I would probably feel drained every day no matter what, but I do feel a little bit drained every day. I think pregnancy probably like brings that on a little bit, but can't complain about that. One thing I haven't really discussed is movement. And I have been feeling movement for quite some time now, but I mainly feel it at nighttime. Someone asked me last week about movement because they said they hadn't felt any yet, and they're about the same, they're about as far along as I am, but I don't think you really feel the movement. I don't know, you feel it later and later, so I don't think you really need to worry about it. If I ever feel like I question it at all, I'll push on my belly a little bit, and then I'll feel like, but you have to lay down. You lay down, push on your belly a little bit, and then I feel like this thump, 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 thump. And I always feel it in my left side of my belly. Low in the belly, low. But yeah, I feel movement every night when I'm laying down. And it just feels like a bubble bursting. That's what it feels like to me, just bubbles bursting. So every night I feel like bubbles bursting in my stomach. It started to get progressively stronger, which is cool. But if I don't feel anything, I will stick my hand there and push down, and then I feel like a thump, thump, thump deeper down in my belly. I've started to feel the movement though a little bit during the day, and that's mainly if I'm driving or something, so I'm sitting down. It's never as I'm like active throughout the day. I don't really feel anything throughout the day unless I'm sitting. One of the things I forgot to mention in one of my previous videos was right before my anatomy scan and my doctor's appointment before that, I felt a lot of relief, because prior to that I was sitting down at dinner one night and I felt like this bump, bump, bump in my stomach, and that's when I started to get excited, because I knew then that everything was good. As far as cravings go, I've been craving like orange drinks and oranges and buffalo chicken. I never had cravings with my previous pregnancy. This pregnancy is so different than my previous pregnancy, so you would almost think that I'm having a different gender. One would be a boy, one would be a girl, but nope, I'm having 2 boys. But yeah, so orange juice, oranges, San Pellegrino, I think that's who makes it, makes these canned drinks that are flavored, and I like the orange flavored one. So good. It's basically sparkling water with like orange juice in it a little bit. It's really, really good. Also, the council test that I took, the one where you spit in a container and it tells you whether or not you have certain genetic disorders, not necessarily you have them, but you're a carrier for certain genetic disorders. My doctor never called me, but my results were shipped to my doctor about a week ago, and then finally this week they sent me an email that said you are now able to see your results online. So my doctor didn't call me with the results, and I waited patiently for them to call me. But the results are now visible online, and I am negative for everything. So that's really cool, really exciting. I guess I'll just show you a couple things that I've purchased. Was this little coverall from it's called Kiki Pants. It's got the little butt detail too. I like that it buttons all the way down. I got this one in 0 to 3 months. The other two I ended up ordering in newborn. My son was 8 pounds 11 ounces at birth. And he wore newborn clothes for a good month, maybe more, depending on certain things. Pants, he still wore newborn size pants for quite a while because he was so skinny. It wasn't like he's a big baby. He was a big baby, 8 pounds 11 ounces, but he was long, and he really never had like any of that baby chub that a lot of babies have. He was just long and skinny. He's still long and skinny. So I did order like newborn sizes and that. I know not to go crazy with it because I still haven't gone through my old clothes from him, but you know, you want new things. This one I ordered in 0 to 3 months, and I ordered, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a picture of my son wearing his matching pajamas to these. So I ordered my son matching, and I really liked the stripes in this for some reason. I'm not always a fan of stripes or prints or anything like that, but I was into these stripes. Splendid makes some of my favorite baby clothing ever. My son wears a lot of Splendid, and I ordered a couple things from Splendid for my son, or for my new son. And this is a Splendid romper, and it buttons here, and it's got a little bit of detailing, and it's got a pocket. I love pockets. Kind of fades from dark blue to light blue. I ordered this in 0 to 3 months. This probably will work when he is first born, as well as he gets a little bit older, because their clothes have a tendency to run a little bit on the small side. But I'm excited about that. For me personally, I don't like separate pieces on a baby. I like at least to have, well, I do like separate pieces, but I feel like there has to be a onesie involved. Because shirts just ride up on babies. So I don't like shirts and pants. I like a onesie and pants, or onesie and shorts, things along those lines. Rompers are good because they have buttons in their one piece as well, and they don't ride up and get funny. But so, yeah. I ordered that from Zappos.com, as well as these, which are so cute. They're also Splendid, 0 to 3 months. And they're just a cuffed little short. With shorts for my son, he was able to wear really small sizes in shorts. They seem to last a lot longer. So my son right now is 2, he'll be 3 in April, and he can still wear 18 to 24 month shorts. So I'm assuming that maybe this baby will be similar, but so I think he could probably wear these like till 6 months. You never know. I don't know how it'll work, but we'll see. But they're just so cute with little stripes on them. I love them. I ordered 3 bibs from a company called Ollie and Tate. Even though my son didn't really wear bibs, I liked how neutral and great these prints were. So this is from an Etsy shop, Ollie and Tate. Ollie and Tate. Very plain and simple. Who knows if I'll actually use bibs this go around. But we'll see. I just really liked these ones. I ordered a toy, even though he doesn't need any toys because we have so many toys, but I thought that this was a cute little rattle. And this is from Banner Toys. B-A-N-N-O-R Toys. Just seemed like a nice little kind of grasping toy. This Fox Wubbanub. It's got the Soothie. These are my favorite pacifiers. Well, they were my son's favorite pacifiers. He wouldn't take any other pacifiers. They're Avent Soothies. And the Wubbanub ones are really nice, especially if you have the baby in a carrier or something like that. That way, if they drop it out of your mouth or something, it just kind of falls into the carrier. It doesn't fall onto the ground. Even though you can get pacifier clips and things along those lines. I just really liked these, and I think it's also nice for them to be able to kind of hold on to a toy if they need a pacifier. They're just really cute. And we went to Bye Bye Baby, which if you're unfamiliar with Bye Bye Baby, they've got everything there, but it's not, I don't feel like it's as overwhelming as some places. They just have a lot of things, a lot of great things. They have lots of strollers that you can look at, that you can pick up, fold, and see what you like. They have all the car seats there that you can pick them up and feel how heavy they are. People are knowledgeable that work there usually, especially in the stroller area. And I just wanted to go there, you know, you get excited. So the only things that I bought for the baby there were this, which is called a bath cushion. It is from a company called Baby's Journey. And I really like our bathtub that we used last time around. It's for moms, whatever their tub is. I like that the tub has, it fits right into like your kitchen sink. Like if you have a double kitchen sink, that is where it just fits perfectly in that. So I'm excited to use that again. It also has a temperature gauge, and it tells you whether the water's too hot or too cool, and I just love it so much. The only thing with it was that it did come with one of these whenever I purchased it. Not this shape, it was just like a oval shape. But it got kind of funky over time just using it and washing it, and just I felt like I needed a new one. But I looked online at For Moms, and I don't necessarily think that they sell it with the cushion anymore. And so I don't know, I wanted to replace the cushion at least. So they actually have these tubs also at Bye Bye Baby. So I sat this in the tub to see how it would fit, and it fit perfectly. So I'm glad that they had this. I also think that if you're looking, I just think that this is really nice to have, even if you don't get necessarily a baby tub. You could just lay this and wash your baby on top of it, just because whatever, but I think a tub is nice to have on top of it. But this was only $6.99, and it'll last probably his entire infancy. And then I had my son pick out a set of bath toys for him, even though he doesn't need any bath toys yet. So I had my son pick out some bath toys. We've actually had this set for my son before, but you want to usually toss the bath toys because they get gross over time. So you just like need to make sure they're clean and make sure the water's all out of them. So it's just nice to replace bath toys. And my son picked out these ones for his brother, and then he picked out a new set for himself as well. And the last thing that I thought I'd mention that I purchased is this thing. I don't know if you're gonna be able to really see it very well. It's basically a really big pillow with siding around of it, and it's called a dock-a-tot. Saw these online, and I knew I needed one immediately. Just seemed so good. With my son, we'd put him in a bassinet or something, but it seemed like he'd always be better when we put him in a bassinet and put a pillow underneath. And I know that they suggest not to do that, but he'd always just sleep so much better on like a pillow, like a comfy surface. And this is basically like a better pillow for a baby. So I thought that was perfect. It also will fit inside of the bassinets that we do own already. We could put it in the bed in the middle of us for co-sleeping. I'm gonna try to just keep him in a bassinet this go around. I don't necessarily want to co-sleep, but sometimes you do what you don't necessarily expect or plan to do. So you have to expect the unexpected when you're a parent. You can't, I think it goes much more smooth if you know that things aren't going to always go the way you plan. So I'll show you my belly now. still, no one has asked me when I'm due yet. No stranger has come up to me and said anything because I just look chunky and that's okay. I can't wait for like probably another 2 weeks when the belly looks really pregnancy based and not just like a Winnie the Pooh belly. I'm excited for that stage of pregnancy because right now, even though I feel good and everything, I just don't feel completely great because there are days where I feel like my stomach looks like a really pretty pregnant belly, and then there are other days where I'm like, I just look so chunky. And I'll watch some of these videos and I'll be like, I have a double chin, and that's fine, no big deal, whatever. But you know, I'm already thinking about losing weight after this pregnancy. Like that's what I'm thinking right now. Like I can't wait to lose weight after this, but let me have some more, like a couple more fattening things along the way. But that is it for now. So if you have any questions, post them below, and I will see you all very soon with another video. Goodbye.